What's happening in California is not a rocket science, and how it all goes down is the same every time. If you wake up in the valley one day and read how your bank is in a deep shit, then you run to it and get money out quickly. You run fast, and that's what happens, whether it's houses or mouses. Bank runs destroy banks. Once the running starts, the rest doesn't matter at all. Silicon Valley Bank didn't have adequate cash and cash equivalents because management and the board, and likely bank regulators and outside auditors, failed to imagine the possibility that a mass of depositors would demand a return of deposits at the same time. And this is precisely what a bank run is. Your bank doesn't actually keep your deposit in a big vault. What they usually do is to lend it out to people more hard up or more imaginative. If they can't lend enough to people or businesses, then they lend to the government by purchasing government bonds to earn interest rates. Banks are doing this all the time. Banks are like, here's some cash for your Apple Mac, or here's some for starting Apple Mac repair shop. Now in the case of bank called Silicon Valley, money was heading to people involved in the tech startup game. Silicon Valley banks hardly got a dollar from old school retail banking. It's all startup securities. Silicon Valley Bank is a major bank in the technology startup space, having developed relationship with the venture capitalist community over its 4 decades of existence, providing traditional banking services while also funding tech projects. It is considered a backbone of the venture capital industry in the US. Now, Silicon Valley Bank is grappling with a difficult technology funding environment as the IPO market remains chilly, and venture capitalists remain cautious against the backdrop of a weaker macroeconomic situation and rising interest rates by the Federal Reserve. In the tech heyday of 2020 and 2021, ultra low interest rates meant that it was much easier for startups to raise capital. Now, as the interest rates have risen, company valuations have seen something of a reset, and venture-backed firms are feeling the pinch as venture capital funding market experiences a slowdown. Even with funding rounds slowing, startups have had to keep burning through cash raised from earlier rounds to cover their overheads. And that became a bad news for Silicon Valley Bank, as it means companies have had to drain deposits from the bank at a time when it is already losing money on excess cash invested in US debt securities, which have now fallen in prices after the Federal Reserve's rate hike. Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation insures deposits up to $250,000, but many of the companies and wealthy people who used the Silicon Valley Bank, known for its relationship with technology startups and venture capital, had more than that amount in their accounts. And that's why the Biden administration has been quick to promise the depositors a full security on their deposits.